Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Demiso Josie from the Empowerment Perspective Group coming to you with today's lesson. Listen, I'm going to give you a 2-for-1 today on today's lesson, right? So, the last today's lesson that I posted had something to do with fear. I also posted, if you follow me, my little personal page and whatever, I also posted about trying to live the rest of my life happy and enjoy it, and who wants to come on this journey. So I got to thinking about this concept of happiness and why people aren't happy, right? So then I looked at what is the opposite of happiness. For me, it's sadness, it's grief, it's worry. But where do those things come from? And anxiety and all that stuff. Where does that stuff come from? And it boiled down to this concept of fear that I want to go back to. We are often afraid of the unknown, and we always think the worst case scenario. So we're afraid to maneuver in certain spaces because we're afraid of what might happen. That fear creates anxiety, it creates worry. So we never get to a place where we can become truly happy of what we do in our lives. So we need to move from a space of being fearful of everything and fearful of the unknown. And I really don't understand this concept because we are so afraid of certain things that didn't even happen yet. I do it on some level myself. I go to work sometimes and I'm like, well, I'm projecting that this is the worst case scenario. And then I start finding myself worrying about it. And then while I'm worrying, obviously I'm not happy. So I want you guys to really focus on this concept of being fearless and really digging deep into figuring out how to become fearless. And how do you do it? See, to me, it's really simple. I really don't care about the product. The product to me is irrelevant. As long as I wake up every single day, I get out here, I grind as hard as I possibly can grind, and I do what I know and feel is right, and I can go to bed at night happy with the fact that I did everything that I can possibly do. Then I don't worry about the product. The result is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be. I could care less what that end result is about for me. So I need you guys to really stop thinking and worrying about the end result and worrying about if it's going to succeed or not. Because if you think it's not going to be, you're not going to be successful and you can't do something, you're right. You're not going to be able to do it. So I need you to move into a space of being fearless. That will decrease the anxiety, it will decrease the worry, and then you'll start to see that you're moving into a place of happiness because you really don't care about the product, the end result, because you did the best that you could possibly do. Part 2 of today's lesson is about customer service. Me and my wife traveled this weekend and had experiences here and there, and everywhere we went, the customer service was terrible. I'm talking from doctor's offices all the way down to going to a store to the fast food restaurant, trying to get some food and things of that nature. And I started thinking about this concept of customer service. I used to work for this company called ABC and ESPN. You probably heard of it. It's owned by this company called Disney. And one of the things that they pride themselves on is customer service. You could call Disney right now and literally curse the person out that's on the phone, and he or she's going to say, it's a magical day here at Disney. You're going to get that same level of customer service no matter what you go through. And I literally watched the people try to deliver customer service, and it's been terrible. And I asked myself, why is that the case? I figured it out. I think people need to move into a space where you learn how to give and not expect anything in return. See, some of you got poor customer service because you think you are worth more than what you are. So whether you're working at McDonald's, whether you're a doctor, a lawyer, whatever profession it is, some of you go through your respective jobs or even relationships. You go through it and you think that you're more than what you're worth and you deserve more. And when you don't get more, then you're like, well, whatever. I'm just worried about the paycheck or worried about what everyone can give me instead of saying I need to provide this service because I truly need to help people. So when you move into that space of customer service, where you truly feel that I can give something without expecting anything in return, the opportunities will open up for you. People will begin to trust you. Things will start to happen. Relationships will get better because you're not always doing this tit for tat situation. So we need to start moving into a place where you learn to give and not expect anything in return. But there's a warning with that, and there's a warning with success. With the podcast, with these today's lessons and things, and the free information that I give out there and the advice that I give out there, I'm constantly getting pulled in 1,000 directions. Like, for example, we dropped the podcast, the Empowerment Perspective Podcast, where you can find it on iTunes, Google Play, and all that stuff. But literally, based upon that, I've gotten hit probably by 10 people wanting to open up their own podcast. How can you do this? Can you help me do these things? And I don't have a problem with giving that information. I've learned how to give and not expect anything in return. My return is the fact that I help somebody be able to spread that message and their word to other people. So just to recap real quick, I know it was a long one. We got to move into a space of fearlessness in order to become happy. And so we can get rid of that worry and that anxiety. And also, I mean, listen, we all work in some form, shape, or fashion in the field of customer service. So you need to be able to give and not expect anything in return. And I tell you, when you move into that space, great things will happen. Until next time, I need you to stay empowered. Continue to follow the podcast on iTunes, iTunes, Google Play, Podbean, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, all of these things. Took a little week off this week, rescheduling some things. We got some people lined up that I think you're going to like, moving to the next level. So until next time, stay empowered.